Okay. All right. So last week we were talking about solving simultaneous equations. One equation has square term. The other equation does not have square term. Okay. And then we will start from the equation do not have square term. And then making one of the x or y to be the subject of this equation. And then we will use the method of substitution to substitute into the other equation with square term. Okay, and then we will come up to a simple quadratic equation. And then we will use our calculator formula 1 to find the two answers, or sometimes there will be one answer, sometimes there will be no real solution, okay, when you get math error. All right, but when we have found the two values of x or two values of y, don't forget to calculate the corresponding value of the other unknown, okay? And today we are going to do something very similar, but at the very last step, we are not going to find the answers of x and y, okay? We are going to find whether there will be two different answers, there will be only one answer, or there will be no answer, okay? So normally there will be two different answers, but we have already done some exercise that there will be only one answer because the two answers are exactly the same, okay? So we just consider that to be just one answer. And then there may be cases that when you use the calculator, it will give you math error, and then there will be no answer at all, okay? But when there is no answer, you do not write math error. You will calculate the delta, okay? Delta, the formula for delta is b squared minus 4ac. And then you do the calculation on the value of delta. And then if it is a negative number, then you will conclude that there will be no real solution, okay? But how about the other two cases? If the delta is a positive number, then there will be two real roots for the x and for the y, okay? Two different real roots, two distinct real roots, okay? And then if delta is exactly equal to 0, then there is only one real root, okay? If delta is less than 0, then there will be no real roots at all, okay? So in this section, you are going to use the delta to check whether the simultaneous equations have two different real roots, or have one real roots, or have no real roots. OK， 就係咁簡單啫。呢度我哋就係用個 delta 計一計個 delta， 去到睇一睇咧，究竟呢一組嘅聯立方程式係有兩個不同答案啦，只有一個答案啦，抑或係冇答案咁樣樣，三個 case 嘅啫，冇第四個嘅。OK， 點樣去分辨邊個 case 哪邊個 case 啊？就係睇個 delta 計到出嚟係正數嘅，就係第一個 case，two real roots，two different real roots， 等於零嘅 one real root，delta 係負數嘅 no real roots， 就係咁樣樣。但係我哋要計個 delta 之前咧，我哋係要將一式同埋二式咧合埋一齊，令到佢變成一條 simple quadratic equation 先嘅，即係做翻我哋一直做開嘅嘢。但係咧，去到ax square 加 bx 加 c 等於零呢個 step 之後咧，我哋就唔係撳機，唔係撳 formula one 啦，我哋係計個 delta 出嚟 ，OK 得唔得？咁就係咁樣嘅啫。So let us read example 8. Example 8. Find the number of real solutions of each of the following simultaneous equations. So we are not going to solve the equations. 嗱，留意喎，嗰啲字眼啊。We are not going to solve the equations. We just need to find the number of solutions or number of real solutions. Okay? So we are not going to calculate x is equal to what and y is equal to what. We just answer there are two real solutions, one real solutions, or no real solution. Okay? But the calculation will be like this. We just do the simultaneous equation. Okay? equation 1 has a square term. Can you see this? And then equation 2 has no square term. So we will start from equation 2. To change one of the x or y to be the subject. But now, y is already the subject. So we do not need a step to changing subject. Okay, to change the subject. We just substitute equation 2 into equation 1. Okay, so equation 1 is y equals, but we do not write y anymore. We write x plus 1 equals x squared minus 2x. Okay, and then we will move all the terms to one side. And normally we will keep the x squared term on the positive side. Okay, so that is moving all the terms to the right. Okay, so it should be x squared minus 2x minus another x, that is minus 3x. And then the plus 1 moving to the right becomes minus 1. Okay, and then now it is already in is a simple quadratic equation where a is equal to 1, b is -3, and c is -1. Okay, and then we are ready to do the calculation on delta. We do not use the calculator formula 1 this time because we are not going to solve the equation. We just need to find the number of solutions. Okay, calculate the delta. You just need to remember the formula of delta is b squared minus 4 times a times c. And then you use the calculator to find the value. That should be 13. Okay, 13 is larger than 0, which means that delta is larger than 0. Therefore, we can conclude that it is case 1. Case 1 means that there are 2 real solutions. That is the answer. Is that okay? Let us do part B together. So y is equal to x squared plus 5x plus 6, equation 3, and then x plus y plus 3 is equal to 0, equation 4. Equation 3 has square term. Equation 4 does not have square term. So we will start with equation 4. There is no subject in equation 4, okay, in this equation. So we need to spend one step, okay, to change the subject. Okay, so from equation 4, we will change y to be the subject. Y equals -x minus 3. Okay, and then call this equation 5. And then we will substitute this equation 5 into equation 3. Okay, and then it becomes -x minus 3 is equal to x squared plus 5x plus 6. Okay, so there is no more y. Can you see this? No more y term. There's only x term is remaining in the equation. And then we will move all terms to one side and keeping the x squared term positive. So moving all the terms to the right, it becomes x squared plus 5x and then plus another x becomes plus 6x. Plus 6 plus 3 becomes plus 9. Okay, and this is a simple quadratic equation. And we can identify the values of a to be 1, b is 6, and c is equal to 9, right? Okay, then because this time the question asks us to find the number of solutions. How many solutions? We are not going to use formula 1. We are going to use the delta, okay, equals b squared minus 4 times a times c, okay? And then you use the calculator to do calculation here. It should be exactly equal to 0 this time. All right. Now, if it is exactly equal to 0, it belongs to case 2. Case 2 means the conclusion will be only one real solution. Answer. Is it okay? 好，呢度想你俾個反應我。If you are okay for this type of question, okay, finding how many solution, please give me a like or a clap, please. 呢個位俾個反應我得唔得？如果跟到嘅，即係問你，只不過係求一求有幾多個答案嘅 ，OK？ 係啦，如果 OK 嘅，俾個 like 或者俾個拍手掌我。如果唔 OK 嘅，可唔可以俾個舉手我？係啦。Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so now I would like you to try to do the instant drill number 8. So I'm going to clear the board first. The instant drill number 8. That is on next page. Yes, this is page 1.19. 咁呢個咧都係 upload 翻上去 Math App 嗰度。咁咧係上個禮拜5 9月18號嗰份 classwork 嘅第5條嚟嘅。Okay, so classwork. Page 1.19, instant drill number 8, part A, B, and C. Okay, and please upload to the Math app with your username, being student number, and password, being LKL plus student number. Okay, this time I give you 5 minutes. Okay, let's check the answers. So part A, part A, the equation has no square term, should be equation 2. And then there is already a subject, y. So we do not need to change the subject. We just need to do the substitution, sub 2 into 1, okay? So it becomes 1 minus x is equal to x squared minus 3x plus 2. And then moving all the terms to one side and keeping x squared term positive, that is to the right. And then it's minus 2x plus 1. Now we can identify a is equal to 1, b is negative 2, and c is equal to 1. Therefore, we can calculate the delta. Delta is equal to b bracket square minus 4 times a times c. C is 1. Okay, sorry. So it should be equal to 0, exactly equal to 0. 嗱，呢度留意一樣嘢啊，有啲堂即係好多堂咧會唔小心錯嘅就係嗰個 b 二次。嗰個二次記住，如果係負數，即係個 b 係負數嘅話咧，個二次係要括埋個負號嘅。如果你唔記得括個負號，或者撳機嘅時候唔記得寫個括號嘅話咧，你就會錯晒㗎啦，得唔得？小心啲度啊！ So now we have delta exactly equal to 0, and then our conclusion is that there is only one real solution. Okay, answer. And then for part B, y equals x squared minus 4 is equation 1, and then 2x equals y plus 1 is equation 2. And then just pick the one with no square term first, that is equation 2. And there is no subject now, and I need to change the subject from equation 2. I'm not going to change the subject to be x, because if I want x to be the subject, I need to have a divided by 2, okay? I need to have fraction. That is not good for us to do calculation. So I need to change y to be the subject, which is 2x minus 1. Okay, just subtract the 1 to the left-hand side. And then call this equation 3. And then we will substitute equation 3 into equation 1, okay? So it becomes 2x minus 1 equals x squared minus 4. And then moving all the terms to the right, x squared minus 2x minus 3, which means that a is equal to 1, b is negative 2, and c is negative 3, okay? And then delta will be equal to b squared minus 4 times a times c, okay? And that should be equal to 16, which means that delta is larger than 0 this time. Delta is larger than 0 means we should write down the conclusion of case 1. Case 1 means there are 2 real solutions. Therefore, there will be 2 real solutions. Answer. All right. And then part C. So we have y equals negative x squared plus x minus 2. Label this to be equation 1. And then y plus 2x is equal to 3. Label this to be equation 2. And then start with the one with no square term. That is equation 2. And there is no subject now. So we need to change the subject. So from equation 2, y is equal to 3 minus 2x, right? Okay, and call this equation 3. And we will substitute 3 into 1. That is 3 minus 2x equals negative x squared plus x minus 2. And then moving all terms to one side. But I need to keep the x squared term positive. That is moving to the left. So it becomes x squared minus 3x and then plus 5 is equal to 0. Okay, so now this is a simple quadratic equation, right? So it is a is equal to 1, b is negative 3, and c is 5. And we can calculate the delta to be b squared minus 4 times a times c. That should be equal to negative 11. Okay, negative 11 means that delta is less than 0. Okay, and then this is case 3. Case 3, the conclusion is that there is no real solutions。好，寫好啲先啊。There should be no real solution. It's okay. So that is instant rule number 8. Any problems? So anyone who cannot follow for instant rule number 8? If you cannot follow, please raise your hand. If no, then I'm going to clear the board now. And then example 9. Example 9. 調翻轉咯又，嗱頭先就問你，即係叫你用個 delta 去到計有幾多個 solution。今次咧一式二式裏邊會有一啲 unknown 嘅，有啲未知數嘅。OK， 跟住佢就話埋俾你聽，究竟佢係有幾多個 solution。咁你就叫你列翻條式出嚟，去到 solve 翻個未知數出嚟。OK， 得唔得？究竟係大過0啊，等於0啊，定係細過0咧？咁樣樣。OK， 咁睇睇咯。example number 9。So if the following simultaneous equations have only one real solution, means that it is case 2. Case 2 means the delta is exactly equal to 0. Okay, we are going to use this later. But we need to, in order to use the delta, we need to combine the equation 1 and equation 2 to be one single simple quadratic equation first. Okay, so we do the same steps. Equation 1 has square term. Equation 2 has no square term. So we will start with the one with no square term, that is equation 2. But equation 2 has a subject, y. So we do not need to change the subject now. We just need to substitute. Sub 2 into 1. Okay, this becomes 2x plus k is equal to x squared plus 3x. And then moving all the terms to one side, keeping x squared to be positive. Plus 3x minus 2x becomes plus 1x. And then minus k. Okay? And now we can identify the values of a, b, and c. So a is equal to 1, b is equal to 1, and then c is equal to negative k. 記住啊 ，A 就係楞住 x 2次嗰個數 ，B 就係楞住 x 1次嗰個數 ，C 就係冇楞住 x 嗰個數，或者個 D 數。OK， 好啦，嗱跟住就到呢一樣嘢出場咯喎。我哋計咗個 delta 先。So our delta, we can calculate our delta first. B squared minus 4 times A times C. Okay, so that should be 1 minus 4 times negative k. Minus negative becomes double negative, becomes plus 4k. This is our delta. This is our delta. But the question tells us that there is only one real root. Therefore, we can say that our delta should be exactly equal to 0. Okay? And that is how we can set up an equation to calculate the value of the unknown k. So 4k is equal to negative 1, and then k will be negative 1 over 4. And that is how we can find the value of k. Is that all right? 咁呢度最緊要咧就係你識得咧，你要記得咧，你見到呢一個 keyword only one real solution， 就要諗起係 case 2， 即係陣間我哋要用咧 delta 等於0呢一件事啦。OK？ 咁但係其實由呢度至到呢度咧，都係同我哋之前咧做嘅嘢係一模一樣喎。只不過咧，今次我哋掕到個未知數落嚟，陣間我哋就要話呢一個 delta 係等於0咁樣啦，去到計翻未知數出嚟咁樣。OK? All right, so I would like you to try to do the instant drill number 9 now. Instant drill number 9. So I give you 3 minutes. Okay, let's check the answers. I think this one is actually simple. So we have simultaneous equations. Y equals negative x squared plus x plus k. So label this to be equation 1. So y equals negative 3x plus 1. Label this to be equation 2. Okay, and then there is one extra information that there is only one real solution. Only one real solution, which means that it should be case 2. In case 2 means delta is exactly equal to 0. Okay, and we are going to use this information later. Okay, because it is about delta. We are not come up to the step of delta now. Okay, so we will go through the step until we can calculate the delta first. Okay, so equation 2 has no square term, so we will start with equation 2. But equation 2 has already has a subject y, so we just need to substitute equation 2 into equation 1. Okay, this becomes negative 3x plus 1 equals negative x squared plus x plus k. And then we will move all the terms to one side and want to keep the x squared term positive. So I move all the terms to the left. So it is x squared, and then minus 3x minus x becomes minus 4x, and then plus 1 minus k is equal to 0. Now, this is a simple quadratic equation where a is equal to 1, b is negative 4, and then c is 1 minus k. Can you see this? C is the term or all the terms with no x. Okay, and then our delta can be calculated by b squared minus 4 times a times c. Sorry, this is k. Okay, and then it's 16 minus 4 bracket 1 minus k. 16 minus 4 plus 4k. That is 12 plus 4k. Is all right? Okay, and now we may use our preparation here. the extra information is that this equation have only one real solution, which means that I can put our delta to be equal to 0, okay, because of that information. So 4k is equal to -12, and finally, we can find the value of k to be -3, okay? So that is the final answer for this instant drill number 9, okay? Is there any problems up to now? If you have a problem, please raise your hand. If no, so I think I may stop here, okay? So I will continue to talk about more exercise tomorrow, okay? So if there's no more question, and you may leave now. Goodbye.